Hello, my name is Artem. I'm CEO and co-founder at Datamin. And today we are happy to start our series of episodes when we will be looking at particular use cases how Datamin can help your organization. And the first episode we will be talking about today is about how to connect Datamin to Jira, how to configure expectations, and how to create support tickets in Jira automatically. Let's get started. The first step we need to execute is to create an authorization, so-called Jira authorization, when we need to authorize Datamin to have permissions to create content in Jira, so tickets in particular. We go to the list of authorization, we get redirected to Jira, we accept permissions, and if everything goes well, we get back to Datamin. Let's call this authorization Jira Engineering Support. As soon as it's created, we need to configure a destination, which means we need to tell Datamin which particular project in Jira to access and what type of task to create there. So let's select the authorization that we just created. Project key is going to be Datamin, and issue type is just a task for simplicity. And as soon as we are done with that, we can already start creating our first workflows. So let's imagine we are a fintech company or an e-commerce company which has orders, and we know that at least one order is always created in our database per hour. If there are no orders per hour, then probably something goes wrong and we need to notify our engineering support team so that they can take a look at it. So we create a filter and we filter all the orders from our data source that are created in less than 1 hour ago. We save it. We need to add another task condition where we check the number of these tasks, and if it's less than 0, then it is exactly what we needed, because we can fire a notification to engineering team. So yeah, if the result is false, then we create a notification in a format of Jira ticket in our case. And here basically in the notification itself, you can use a message field in order to set up the description of the ticket that will appear in Jira afterwards. For simplicity, right now, let's just put something like, it seems like we don't have orders since last hour. Could you please take a look if everything works as expected? But what you can also do, you can use dynamic fields here and aggregated functions to add more meaningful information in the future. So we save it. Now let's run the workflow in a test mode to make sure that it works. Yes, it's successfully finished. And if we go to our Jira project, we see that the new task has just been created with the text that we set up. So if we know that the workflow works, now we can automate it by scheduling it. And since we retrieve orders from the last hour, it makes sense to run the workflow once per hour, and yeah, at 0 minutes, so at 12, 13, and 14. And since then, your engineering team will always be notified in Jira as soon as something goes wrong. Thank you for watching, and see you in one of the next episodes.